Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep the C-No podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
your boy John.
Professor X is in the building. To the left of Professor X, we got...
Today, call me Hollywood Vaughn.
Yeah, I can see the glasses on. He ain't want to put his headphones on. Hollywood Vaughn is in the building. Shout out to that, people. We appreciate you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming on to the channel, checking us out. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, please hit the sub button, hit the like button. Make sure you share it with a friend. Deshaun Watson, the ruling is in, 11-game suspension. Briefly, keep it a C-No. How y'all feel about it?
That's some BS. That's how I feel about it. That's messed up. Messing up that man money. See, they trying to do anything and everything to discredit this man. And just, I don't know, man. I don't think the NFL should have stepped in. The ruling was the ruling in the courts, and the NFL just had to just slander this man even more. I'm not surprised, though. But go ahead. What you think?
Okay.
I feel the exact same way. Like, at the end of the day, he was punished by people the NFL hired, but the NFL felt like it wasn't enough in the fans of the public and the media, so they felt like, oh, well, we got to go ahead and give him another punishment because we really don't give a fuck. But the fact that public opinion gives a fuck, so we gonna give him a big.
He's still claiming his innocence. If you've seen on like the interviews and stuff like that, but he also stated that he also settled out too.
Yeah, so he settled out. I mean, I'm just glad he didn't get the whole year.
Yeah,
he'll be able to play this season. Once you settle out again, you at their mercy. So
see, 6 games, I already thought that was too much, but now they're going 11 games. Really?
I mean, it could have been 17 games. It could have been a permanent ban because that's what they was pushing for.
Well, my thing is, you have the court of law, which the shit didn't even go through. It went straight to the fuck is it called again?
Grand jury?
No. When they going straight for the money.
Oh, civil.
It went straight to civil. So if he did so much so bad to all these women, they would have, fuck what you talking about. Somebody was trying to get him locked up. All of them went straight to civil. That means it was a money grab. So, and then did you see the joint where the young boy and his mom was beefing because the young boy came on and said that his mom also gave him a massage and she spoke highly of him until the shit came out. And then she told him, don't say nothing. I'm going to go and say he did some wrong shit. And we gonna break the money down. But he exposed her. Did you see that?
No, I ain't hear about that. But,
I think the only people really hurting this the most is the Cleveland Browns.
I know, because the Cleveland Browns knew what they was getting themselves into when they traded for him.
He got a nice contract out of that, but it's still
they know what's going on. But
at that man got paid.
At the end of the day, football is one of the top sports, and a lot of females watch football. So once he settled to get them money, you knew they was going to slam. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? But what's your thoughts on it, people? Deshaun Watson, 11-game suspension. You cool with it? Should it have been more? Should it have been less? Keep the C-No with us. Aqib Talib.
Oh, this boy.
He's been trending. Apparently he's a hothead, not just on the field, but off the field. He got into something with a youth coach and a referee. He swung, got into a fight, and his brother, Aqib Talib, ended up shooting the youth coach, Mike Hickman, shooting him and killing him. The family are saying that Aqib Talib should be arrested too. Keep it a C-No. What's your thoughts on it?
Arrested for assault. That's it.
He instigated the whole situation.
Got that little league football game.
Yeah, and that's true. But we all know that whatchamacallit, his brother is the street one out the two. He is. But Talib Kweli or whatever his name is, like I'm fucking his name.
You on a rat ball.
No, but he been like that in the NFL. I never liked him in the NFL because his temperament there too. I never liked him.
That's why
I always thought
that's why I liked
That's
him
why I liked
because
him.
he was tough, boy. He was willing to rumble you, pull you, yank your chain off you, and all that, Brody boy.
He ain't had no common sense.
I don't. Shout out to you, Vito, Hollywood Vine with the glasses on. I don't believe he should even be arrested for assault because they was rumbling. I mean, he swung at him first, but they were rumbling. You know what I mean?
Well, I went to jail for an assault, and it was the same way. So, that's, if they going by the letter of the law, he can go to jail for assault.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, what's your thoughts on it, people? Aqib Talib, he sparked a fight at a football game, a youth football game. He got into a fight with a youth coach named Mike Hickman. His brother, Aqib Talib, ended up killing the youth coach. Should Aqib Talib be arrested for it? Keep the C note with us. Quando, Rondo, I don't know if y'all familiar with his music, a rapper from Georgia. He was recently involved in the shooting out L.A. He was at a he was at a gas station. 3 men pulled up in a joint and we jumped out, opened fire on him, killed this man. Here's a question for y'all. Is being a rapper the most dangerous job in America today? Keep it a C note.
Absolutely.
No.
What is?
No, yes. Why you say that?
I say no because they put themselves in them situations. Rappers, all you got, if on some real shit, all you gotta do is go to the show, go home.
Right.
They putting themselves in it and make themselves there, and then my thing is, if you're not that type of boy, don't talk a certain way to put yourself in certain situations that you can't handle when shit hit the fan.
Okay. Why you say yeah, John?
Because I mean, like true, they do know what they. At the same time, a lot of these boys, they know what sells and they know what type of genre music and what the rap about is going to sell, and then what that type of element is going to bring other type of element. And you at these shows is going to bring some problems. You on the street, you got to prove your shooter. You're going to have problems. You got to buy that dumbass jewelry, this, that, and the third.
Listen.
It just might be one of the most dangerous jobs because you're a target instantly.
Listen to what I'm saying. Vito, I was about to give you a half a tap because I semi-agreed with you. But then you switched to what John was saying, and I totally disagree with you.
It instantly make you a target.
Time out. That's not the case, first of all.
Yeah, it is.
First of all, we already had this conversation about a guy named J. Cole that's bigger than most of these artists. Pause. Rap artists, no security. Because he doesn't litter. And another thing that y'all looking at, Vito, we come from the era where dudes was faking their lyrics. These dudes is really out here smoking stuff and rapping about it, and the labels are signing the guys that they know are about that life because they got a name. But we're not gonna confuse it with our era. Niggas was pump faking. This era, these boys is gangbangers and real life shooters that's getting record deals, and that's why they have J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. You don't hear about that with him.
It's very small and very few.
You know what I mean? Because the rappers that's not involved in that life, they not just
you gotta realize who's pushing J. Cole and who's pushing these young boys.
But don't Kendrick Lamar come from a gangbanging background and he don't get involved
but he did it on his own.
That's what I'm saying. If he's involved in a gangbanging background and don't really get into that type of bullshit.
These record execs Kendrick Lamar is a gangbanger that's telling you like I did that and it wasn't cool. So you know what I mean?
I think he's a plant, like you said.
I mean,
he is a plant. So I can't.
He may be a plant, but what I'm saying is you have rappers that can just go anywhere that don't like most of these guys that got killed. Like Vito was saying, is people that had situations going on. They're real life shooters that's beefing with dudes, and that's just what
I would like to see more conscious rappers, but there aren't that many to me out there that's being consistent. There's some that drop.
It's not about being consistent.
Because
nobody's gonna buy
throughout
it.
His whole career has been consistent.
Yeah,
that's
but
why he is in this position he's in.
J. Cole still is not just totally conscious.
He's not 100% conscious.
All right, and I should be like more in their lane for a rapper to for rappers to be
they still trying to
themselves.
make money at the end of the day, so they're not gonna. You can't be
exactly because you got to rap about something, endorse something that because we're walking billboards.
You got to appeal to the people.
Well, is more people that know the gang banging and the drill stuff than the other stuff. Some people can't switch over. And that's what take you from just being a regular rapper to pop star status.
The only fan base for conscious rappers is our era. The new young kids ain't trying to hear that shit.
I know they're not trying to hear it. You don't see J. Cole out there with the name brand shit on because that shit don't concern them. You don't see him out there with jewelry and shit flexing in his cars and shit. You see them like with no security.
With Kanye and all of them because they're not from that culture.
At times, Kanye, I think was like now. Kanye, I think
ain't never been a gangster.
No, not a gangster, but I'm talking about like on the freelance, living free the way that J. Cole could. He can't be like that no more.
That's because his
status. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. What's your thoughts on it, people? Is being a rapper the most dangerous job in America today? Keep the C-Note with us. 1 week away from the season. No, one last preseason game. Then the NFL season is here. The NFL, they just did their top 100 players. Mm-hmm. We're going to do our top 10 players right now in the NBA. NFL, pardon me. Call me Oouuber early. The NFL, right now, who's the 10 best players in the league? Keep it a C-Note.
Well, you can start it off.
You want me to start it off?
Go ahead.
And I get one COVID player, right? So
you don't get an Eagle.
All right. No, I ain't. No, I'm not being biased. I'm not going to be biased in this one. I ain't got no Eagles on my list. I had to be honest. I had to keep it on it. So I got Aaron Donald. Of course, he's number one. Okay. And the rest of the order don't matter to me, but you definitely got Aaron Donald. I'll put
whoever you say next, I'm taking as your 2.
All right, then I'll put Patrick Mahomes at 2.
Okay.
And then I'll put Devontae Adams next.
At 3.
Okay. I'll put Josh Allen next.
At 4.
And then I'll put Myles Garrett.
5.
Aaron Rodgers.
6.
Jonathan Taylor.
7.
No. Scratch that. Cooper Kupp.
7.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
And then lastly, Trent Williams.
No, that's 9. You need one more.
Who did I miss? And Aaron Donald. Then I'm putting Derrick Henry up in that joint.
Okay.
Derrick Henry.
Okay. Shout out to that. Who you got, Vito?
Shit, it was kind of hard to put them in order.
I know.
I'm gonna do it in the opposite direction. My number 10, I put Myles Garrett.
Okay.
My number 9, I'm putting Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
8, I'm putting Adams.
Okay.
And that's Adams coming from Green Bay.
Talking to Mike, Vito.
And that's Adams coming from Green Bay because we don't know what he's going to be with the Raiders yet.
Right. This is for right now anyway, our list.
All right. Number 7, Deebo Samuels.
Okay.
Number 6, Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Number 5, Josh Allen.
Okay.
Number 4, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Number 3, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Is Tom Brady officially playing or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My number 2, Tom Brady.
Okay.
And my number 1, Big Trent.
Trent Williams?
Yeah.
So where you have Aaron Donald at?
In L.A.
Okay. Shout out to that.
Aaron Donald and Trent, I got to put them both at number 1 because they're both the best at their position.
Okay.
Offense and defense.
Shout out to that. My number 10, I got T.J. Watt, Pittsburgh.
I was thinking.
My number 9, I got Josh Allen. Disclaimer, I don't have no running backs in my top 10.
Ignorance.
My number 8, I got Patrick Mahomes. My number 7, he's the Super Bowl champion, Matthew Stafford.
You know that.
My number 6, I got Trent Williams. My number 5, I got Jalen Ramsey. My number 4, I got Justin Jefferson. My number 3, I got Cooper Kupp. My number 2, I got Myles Garrett. And my number 1, I got Aaron Donald.
You talking
But
about bias?
But
This nigga put 4 Rams in his top 10.
listen, disclaimer though. The only reason why DeAndre Hopkins, because he would have made my top 10, but being as though he suspended the first 10 games, the first couple games, I didn't put him in my top.
Even before he got hurt, he been on the decline, man.
Nah.
He ain't that ball no more.
And I have Jalen Ramsey was my COVID.
No, I ain't got a problem with none of them in the top 10, but that's if you talking about bias.
Let me ask you one question though, Vito.
I do got a problem. Matthew Stafford ain't in the top 10.
Let me ask you a question though, Vito, because I knew you was gonna say that, but I don't want you to be biased. I'm gonna ask you both a question. I'm gonna ask the people a question too. The year y'all went to the Super Bowl, if you could have a quarterback play that game over, would you have taken Jimmy G or would you have taken Matthew Stafford? And do you think with Matthew Stafford,
Matthew Stafford.
Do you think y'all would have won with Matthew? I believe y'all would have won with Matthew Stafford.
He's a better quarterback than Jimmy G.
Okay, my this is the reason why I put Stafford 7, even though I shouldn't have to explain myself.
Yes, you should.
My thing is this. Y'all say Stafford wasn't top nothing, right? Y'all say that he went to a good team and all of that. My thing is, if you look at all the Super Bowl contending teams for the last couple years, you put Matthew Stafford at the quarterback. With Tampa Bay, they still win the Super Bowl. With Kansas City, Stafford still wins the Super Bowl.
But you're talking about teams that made it to the Super Bowl. That means they're already good teams.
Time out. No. Because
how good was he when he played on a bad team?
Time out. Because the opposite of that is, like I said, I don't think every quarterback that y'all say is top. I don't think Josh Allen could have came and won a Super Bowl with us. I don't think Joe Burrow would have won a Super Bowl with that same team. I don't think Joe Burrow would have made it to the Super Bowl. I don't think Aaron Rodgers would have made it to the Super Bowl. The only person I will give credit with our team and say they probably still make the Super Bowl and win is Brady.
Yo, for all them quarterbacks you named are better than Matthew Stafford. So what makes you think
allegedly that's
just
what
he can go to any team and they're still going to win?
Because Josh Allen hasn't been to the Super Bowl on his own team and they're loaded. Everybody puts dig. He got receivers. He has a top 5 defense. He's had everything. Matthew Stafford had nothing. He get it for 1 year. That's what I'm trying.
He had nothing?
Nothing.
When did with the Rams he had nothing?
No, before the Rams.
Okay, so
what I'm saying is when you give him the same, a good team like Josh Allen and all these other guys have had for years, he's gonna produce. Other guys have it.
Let me explain this to you. Just because you could throw a nigga on the team with all the big names, that don't necessarily mean they're gonna win.
What I'm saying is Matthew Stafford. We ended like this. What I'm saying is Matthew Stafford proved that if you throw him on a good team, he can lead you to the promised land. Them other guys that we name have already been on good teams and haven't been to the promised land.
Buffalo became good when Josh Allen got there. That's what you feel.
Yes, but Josh Allen has been there for a couple years.
They got Diggs after they got Josh Allen. They got these guys.
Diggs has been there for a couple seasons.
I give credit to Matthew Stafford, and this is going to be the year where he's going to have to show everybody. It's not just like you and us, Vito. It's a lot of the sports world out there that just don't. I don't know.
And there's a lot of people that they look at Matthew is way higher.
Yeah. But this is
it's only one dude I seen. That's Dan Orlovsky. That's it.
No. If you get on Twitter, that's where I seen that. Listen.
My example of that is when Matthew Stafford last year with the Lions, y'all had he had 5 wins. Jared Goff, most recent with the Lions, they had 4 wins.
I ended like this, right? Matthew Stafford in the fourth quarter or overtime and games, his QBR was like 140 something off the charts, 18 touchdowns, no interceptions, and I forget how many comebacks, but it will be on the screen.
What do that mean? Everybody hit on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got a lot of comebacks.
That means it's your clutch.
Everybody hates on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is in the top 10 in comebacks.
He's gonna have to show him
since he's been in the league.
Yeah, but
I think he nice.
Do you think he top 10 players though?
Right now, he got a bit.
But there's a lot of top 10 quarterbacks that weren't on my list.
Top 10 players. You just named your list and he wasn't on it.
Yes, and some people like mine's yes, and I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Not my list.
Shout out to that. Y'all could
My
be
list.
wrong.
My list is not definite, and this was just my opinion.
I'm
Time
asking
out.
you, and he's not on your list.
Time
so
out.
He's not right now.
Time
But
out.
if he, that's
Can
why
I
I said
just
this is
say
gonna be
this,
his-
right?
Yeah, to prove.
Can I just say this, right? Because we deflected everything with the Matthew Stafford, but Debo Samuels ain't top 10 either.
Yes, he is.
had him top 10.
Yes,
what
he
are we
is. You know
talking
the difference? You know the difference?
Yeah, you need an Uber.
1,400 plus receiving
1
yards.
year.
Hold on. How many years?
So you put
How
him
many?
in
Hold on. How many people got 1,400 plus more than 1 year? Because you told me it was a knock on Debo because he didn't get over. Hold on, let me finish.
Debo has 1 year.
Let me finish. Because your whole shit was, it took him to his third year to get over a stack. First year, rookie year, many rookies don't get over a stack.
He didn't get it,
Let
though.
me finish. Second year, he missed damn near the whole season. Third year, he got 1,400. Diggs is your top 10 of receivers, right? He didn't get Diggs.
Okay.
He didn't get over to a stack till fourth year.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
What does that dig?
Because you told me my man wasn't that because he didn't do it to his third
Vito,
year.
I don't
Diggs
care.
didn't do it
I
to
don't
his-
care
yeah.
who you try to compare.
1,400 plus receiving, double-digit touchdowns,
That's good. And listen,
8
time out.
rushing.
Look, I'm gonna end it like this
Now,
because
man,
look, Vito be
Pro
freestyling,
Bowl.
right?
That ain't
He
freestyle.
always
That's
tell
all
you.
facts.
He always tell you. Averages don't matter, right? But yet,
No, I never said average.
what do we say? Averages
No,
don't
I did
matter.
not.
Listen
I told
to what I'm
When we
saying.
talk about
I told you
Mitch-
field goal percentage don't
Listen,
matter.
We were talking about the running back. From
No, when we
San
was talking
Fran
about
and
Sam,
the
yes, he
running
said
back from
averages
the
don't matter.
I didn't
You
say
said-
averages don't matter.
Let me make my
hold on.
point.
He only wanted to say 1
Let
year
me-
of an average because
let
it
me-
benefited him. But when
let-
I said look at his all three,
Let me make my point, right?
What y'all talking?
Because you've said multiple times about Debo more catches.
less catches.
No.
more
I'm talking
yards.
about how over this amount of yards, right?
Mhm.
The number one guys in the league with catches over 40 yards was like 9 was Cooper Kupp and Debo. Over 20 yards was Cooper Kupp, but Debo had basically the same touchdowns with less catches, so it would make it look better. But all the same is the same thing.
Do you know who led the league in yards per catch? Debo Samuels, not Cooper Kupp.
Okay, people, what's your thoughts right now? The NFL Network, they just did their top 100 players. Who do you got in your top 10? Keep it a C note with us. Ghost guns. They've been a popular thing of late, especially since the pandemic. Now they're putting regulations on ghost guns. I know y'all seen it. Keep it a C note. What's your thoughts on it?
How do you regulate a ghost gun?
By getting the people that make the parts and accessories put a serial number on it. But I mean,
Yup.
I don't know if that's really going to stop anything or curb anything. It's
You
not-
always got the black market.
I don't believe it's gonna last because at the end of the day,
somebody wants a gun, they're going to get
America
a gun.
makes a lot of money off of weapons, so
Right.
they're not just gonna let any average Joe, start making weapons and selling them.
And even with these ghost guns
Time
being
out,
made,
Vito. Average Joes are making ghost guns. There are people that been making ghost guns and selling them legally, and they know about it. They've been making money off of for years. So to me, this is all a movie. This is all a movie that somehow during the pandemic with the mass era, this stuff made it to the hood all of a sudden.
And that's why they putting it in the media. So that's gonna be a reason why they're gonna shut that shit down as much as possible, even though you can't shut it down 100%.
Nah, here's the movie to it because y'all not looking at the movie. The movie is they're gonna make the people register, put serial numbers on it. So now when they catch you with ghost guns, they can roof you. Because at one point in time, they didn't even know what to convict people or to sentence people with when they was getting locked up with them joints.
And see, that's what I don't understand, because you could have deaded this in the water with people using them ghost guns, that you would have made a heavy, if they would have passed the bill with something like a heavy hit, if you get caught or you were caught using a ghost gun. But what I noticed is that one thing that industry that wasn't hurt by the ghost guns was the regular gun manufacturers. All these gun manufacturers over the last couple of years, even since COVID, have began skyrocket numbers.
Right.
They still getting their money. And like these ghost guns, a lot of these manufacturers, they make some of the best accessories and they make better parts for your gun. Do I want to see them go away? No. Do I? But I think if there's always the black market, there's always loopholes. If somebody wants something, they're gonna get.
Should it be serial numbers on the parts that they selling?
Yes.
Yes. What you say, John?
I mean, if you want to abide by the rules, but I don't see what's necessary for it. I mean,
it is a necessity for it. That's why they're on there, because if you shoot a motherfucker, it could trace back to the motherfucker who shot you.
Right. So let me ask y'all this, right? Mm-hmm. On a scale of 1 to 10, everybody, what do you think it is, the percentage-wise, that once they start making people put serial numbers on these parts, that if you get caught with a ghost gun, the penalty is going to be way higher than if you get caught with a regular gun? What's your thoughts? Do you think on 1 to 10?
10. Once they start making them put serial numbers on, that shit goes away, because if you got to put serial numbers on the ghost gun and I'm responsible for somebody who's doing some shit, they're going to stop making that shit.
But a lot of these manufacturers, I mean,
I'm saying what about the people because everything, you're going to still be able to get the parts, black market. Yes. So what about the people that actually get, not saying they got serial number, they still have the original ghost guns with no serial number. That's what I'm saying. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think?
So you talking about the person who gets caught with it, or the person?
No, the person that get caught with it.
Look,
they don't give a fuck.
And when they try to roof them, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna spit. They're gonna.
What I'm asking you is a convicted.
Where they got it from?
Listen, a convicted felon. What I'm saying is, if he gets caught with a regular gun, stolen, scratched off, do you think that he's gonna
know the difference though if it got serial numbers on it too?
No, what I'm saying is, we all know people are still gonna be able to get the parts that don't have serial numbers.
No, what I'm saying is,
those guys.
If somebody buys a ghost gun, right, and then he sells it and he sells it and then he sells it like 5 times down the line, the 5th person that get the joint don't know it's a ghost gun if it got serial numbers on it.
If it doesn't, what I'm saying.
If it
I'm talking about the people that still get caught with once these regulations go in effect, from 1 to 10, what do you think a person that gets a ghost gun that still get caught with one that don't have nothing on it, no serial numbers, do you think they're going to get penalized 10 times worse than a person that get caught with a regular gun?
I don't see why, because at the end of the day, it should fall under the same category.
The same FUFA violation.
It should fall under the same category, but being as though them Jones don't got serial numbers or nothing on it, I guarantee you, I'm almost at a 10 that they're going to try to give you.
It should fall under the same category of a gun that has serial numbers. It say if you scrape the serial numbers off a gun, it should fall under that same category.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's not. That's why I think they're going to start that regulation.
So let me ask you a question. So a person that doesn't have a permit to carry or whatever, they have a ghost gun or whatever, they shoot and they kill somebody, right? And the person who does, they don't have a permit to carry and they have a gun with the serial number, and he killed and did the same crime. So if he didn't have that serial number, do you think it should be a worse crime because there's not a serial number on it?
License. That's what makes it a worse crime.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. So in both scenarios, you don't have a license, but should the crime be worse because you're killing a dude with the unmarked gun, basically?
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be, but I believe that's how they're gonna make it. Watch, I believe that's how they're gonna try to discourage people from carrying these ghost guns. But yeah, what's your thoughts on it, people? New regulations on ghost guns. How you feel about it? Keep the C note with us. Shout out to Drink Champs. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite podcasts. I know y'all agree. Mm-hmm. They always ask a real question that a lot of people say bold for. They don't know how to answer.
The Joe, when they say, "Do you eat ass?"
Nah. Dude, what's wrong with Hollywood Vine? Where is Vito at?
No, he asked that Joe in every episode.
No. Respect or loyalty? Keep it a C note. Which one?
I'll take respect over loyalty.
Why you say that?
Because, like, you could be following a fool. I understand the loyalty aspect of it, and, like, you're supposed to be, like, y'all are like this. It's a bond. It's more than, like, I don't know. But if you have respect to me has some loyalty in it. But if you got respect wherever you go, I just think you'll be all right. But loyalty, I think sometimes, I don't know, like it could just steer you in the wrong direction if you're with a wrong crowd to me. But
I say loyalty.
Okay.
And I say loyalty because, for example, somebody could respect you, but if they know you got $100,000 in the crib, they're still running your crib.
Right.
They won't disrespect you in your face, but behind your back, they'll run your crib and go get that $100,000.
Right.
If a motherfucker who's loyal to you, your man, know you got $100,000 in the crib, he ain't not gonna run in the crib because that's your man. Because he's loyal to you. Because he want to see you win, and he know if you win, he win.
Right. Shout out to that, Vito. Let's have glasses. I actually agree with you. I don't know how people be saying both or they don't know or go hand in hand. I agree. Loyalty. If someone is loyal to you, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna respect you.
Just like all them dumbass Nazis
That
that followed
you.
Hitler. No,
They
they
can
were
respect you,
followers.
but not
And they
like you
showed
said.
loyalty,
I agree with
but
what you said.
they was for a bad cause.
If they loyal to you, they will respect
I just brought up just the
But if they
Nazis
respect
or
you,
something like that. You're a military guy. You're still following out the orders. That don't mean that you're following out the right orders. Like that's why I would never serve in the
Listen to
military.
what I'm saying. It goes back to what I'm saying. What Vito said. If somebody respects you, that doesn't mean that they won't do something bad. A billionaire, respect another billionaire, but he still want to push you out the way from the gun bust. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you got somebody that's loyal to you, they're going to cover both grounds to me because nobody that's loyal to you is ever going to disrespect you. You see what I'm saying? A person could be, he could respect you and still stab you in the back.
There's a lot of dumbass killing going on.
Respect comes with loyalty, but loyalty don't come with respect.
Just look at, if you do anything in life, politicians, you might respect the guy that's over top to you, but if you get any chance to push him out the way to get that spot, you're going to do it. But if you're loyal to him, you're not going to push him out the way. That's where anything,
But
if you're at a job.
I know a lot of people that ain't loyal to their own family, but I mean,
but just because you family don't mean
you got to be loyal to them,
You don't have to be loyal to your family. Just because we related don't mean we're going to get along.
Listen, John, you at your job, right? Somebody at your job, they respect the heck out of you, but y'all both up for the same promotion. No matter how much they respect you, they're going to throw you under the bus to get that promotion.
Then that's not respect. See, that's the difference. That doesn't fall into this
game. In your face, they will respect you, but behind your back,
backdoor you.
See, now we're just making that's not respect.
Because loyalty behind your back, they won't throw you under the bus. They be like, "Oh, John, he's good. We're gonna fight it out."
Right.
No.
Right. I'm saying what I'm just saying
I think
is
y'all made some hypotheticals.
No, if you go with any situation, just because
is like some of these old heads out here, like you got a dumbass dickhead boy that, like, let's say your head boy got killed off, and then you got your next man in line that's a pure fucking dickhead, that's going to get y'all all killed, right? Instead of I don't know. It's just like sometimes blind loyalty to me sometimes. Like, I don't know.
Blind loyalty can be a fault. But it's a fault because if you're blindly loyal to me, you're gonna pretty much do anything I say.
I respect my job.
Respect,
I ain't loyal to them.
You're not gonna do anything I say. You're gonna do crazy dumb shit and get both of us in some bullshit.
Right. I just think more so loyalty covers both grounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anybody that's loyal to you, if your chick loyal to you, she gonna be respectful enough to go out and not do nothing.
See, now you're making it go hand in hand.
But respect, listen.
Because you put respect in it, but you can't do it the other.
Loyalty comes with respect, but respect don't come
with
loyalty.
That's what we're getting.
All right, we'll ask the people. What do y'all think, folks?
Yeah, what do y'all think, people? You know, some of us, most of us will never make it on Drink Champs, but the question is always asked, and it's not the question that Hollywood Vaughn asks. I don't know where him and Nore are on, but pause. Respect the loyalty, people. Keep it a C note with us. I want to ask y'all a question, right? Because, you know, we be out with the homies and we be talking about a little bit of everything. One of the homies said, if he was around during slave time and he was rich, and he's a brother too, if he was rich and he had acres of land and all this, he said he would have owned slaves. Disclaimer, he said back then that was the main business. He also said that one of his reasons for it would be if you got all these acres of land, who's gonna do the work in the field, not you. He also said that he would have treated his slaves, utmost, top dollar, best house and all that. So how y'all feel about it?
I'm saying if he talking about he treat them with the utmost respect, top dollar, they're not slaves, they're employees at that point. At the end of the day, a slave, even like when me and you went back for you said slaves got paid, I looked it up. It said some slaves got paid. Right. Not everybody got paid. So if you're paying every single person in the field and you're paying them top dollar and you're respecting them, they're an employee. They're not a slave.
Okay. So if he just paying them regular.
If he paying them whatever the slave wage was,
yeah,
he out of pocket. Because at the end of the day, if you're saying you would have slaves too, why not just get an employee? If you're a black man
who had employees, nobody had employees back then.
What you mean? People had employees. If somebody opened the store, they had somebody work the store, whatever the case may be.
Stores back then.
Yeah, whether it was if your mom owned the store and the child ran the store.
Yeah, but you're not putting the child in the field to pick cotton and all that.
What I'm saying is, if you're paying them top dollar, that's not ain't no slave getting no top dollar and respect at the same time.
What's your thoughts on it, John?
I mean, in a perfect world, I could almost give an honest answer on that, but never.
You should give an honest answer.
Never in the day would there ever be a black slave owner that would be allowed to own slaves and have a bunch of them on a bunch of acres of land. One, that shit is mad.
So you saying we didn't have black slaves?
No, hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, and then like for us to have it, man. But if that was me, I mean, that sounds all good in theory to pay your employees at top dollar, this, that, and the third. But you know me, I'm starting a militia. We buying some gun. We not under that rule no more. What y'all outside this plantation? I'm sorry. That's my outlook on it. Yeah, we can farm and cultivate and start our own little community, but outside these lines, we're gonna have to work on, expanding. But no, that's my outlook on it. I mean, they could have looked at it as getting employees, this, that, and the third, but I would have raised everybody in that community on that acres for us to move forward.
Okay. I would have had slaves. I'm gonna keep it a C-note with you. I would have had slaves, but listen to this, right? This is where people get so brainwashed at, right? Because when you hear slaves, you automatically think black people. Everybody was slaves. It was all type, but every race had slaves.
If you was a black man, would have had a white slave.
But the question is, would you have had black slaves or white slaves? That's even
more funnier.
No, that wasn't the question.
No, that's my question to you. Would you have had black slaves?
I would have had whatever I could find to do the work.
So when I say slaves, I mean motherfuckers that you're not paying working.
No, I would have paid them. I would have been one of the guys in the books that was paying them.
Fuck with that. When I hear slaves, I'm thinking of people in the field that's not getting paid, that live on that motherfucking.
Yeah, but you can't think that because everybody wasn't like that.
But everybody didn't get paid.
But everybody wasn't like that though.
But everybody
but
didn't
people
get
did
paid.
get paid.
But that's
though.
the difference between
and nobody
slave.
Made an issue. It wasn't like, oh, John paying his slaves, we gonna come holler at him or we gonna come smoke him. No, you did at your discretion.
At the end of the day,
what you wanted done.
And you a black man, you think you'll get away with that?
Somebody's getting paid
what
is not a slave.
You would not get away with that as a black man having all those slaves prospering, getting money back then. I'm sorry. Like, unless you made an invention like Madam C.J. Walker and like some hair grease.
Regardless, listen. Y'all looking at it wrong because all they were worried about back in the day, like you would be worried about, is the production. Nobody else. If we're producing the same,
motherfuckers got killed down the road not for what they picked, just for their color of their skin.
Time out. Listen to what I'm telling you. If you're all like you saying like that, the other people that have businesses would look at you. They wouldn't kill you. They would look at you as a fool because we both have the same amount of slaves. They're both doing the same work, and you're paying them top dollar.
People thought honestly,
and you're losing money. You're a fool. That's how most people would have looked at you.
I wouldn't have slaves. I would have employees. That's the difference.
It wasn't no employees back then.
Yes, it was. Everybody didn't fucking own the company and work the company. So if you own a company, anybody who works under you is your employee.
Right.
Unless they're a slave. So therefore, I wouldn't have slaves. I would have had employees. I would have employed the black people and paid them according to whatever I could afford to pay
Now
them.
that they would have killed you for.
No, slave.
Now, that they would have killed you.
Listen to
I'm
what
outta
John saying.
this.
If you had slave, if you had a good amount of slaves in an era that's thriving, that means you're taking away from them. They're coming for you. What the fuck is you talking about?
No, it doesn't.
They're coming for you.
No, it doesn't.
You think you're gonna
still
thrive
gotta-
amongst the white people with slaves?
You still gotta buy the slaves. You still gotta go to the auctions to buy the slaves. So what I'm saying is, all the owners are looking at you stupid because we both got the same amount of land. You're paying them more. You're feeding them better. You're wasting more money than we. Why would we kill you?
Let me ask you the
would be
question.
stupid.
I know you heard of Black Wall Street, right? And
Right.
that was after slavery.
Right?
You know why they ran down on them?
Oklahoma.
Because they was thriving.
Mhm.
So imagine if you thrive in the slavery
That's what I'm
times. They coming for you, dog.
You know why they ran down on them?
Because they was eating by themselves. They didn't need
Because
nobody.
somebody sold them out.
Whatever the case may be,
Let me ask y'all
they
this,
ran
right?
down on them.
Let me ask y'all this, right? Who taught y'all to hate the white man?
I don't hate the white man.
Or who taught y'all to look like this? You can't say Malcolm because before Malcolm got killed, he went on record and saying
You
that
know
the
who
stuff
started
he
the
was
Black Wall
saying.
Street?
Time
You know
out.
who
Time out.
started
No. Let's not jump
Marcus
from,
Garvey and the
let's
Black
not-
Legion, one of the tightest black groups out there.
And some people say Marcus Garvey was compromised. We don't know that.
No.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We're gonna pick and choose and say who was compromised and not.
No.
But what I'm saying is,
So
if
we
you
pick and
follow
compromise
Mark,
with religion, too.
if you listen to anything Malcolm says, Malcolm last days he wasn't on that white man stuff. So what
I
I'm
know.
saying is,
Because he got
because
X'd out by his own
when we
folk.
hear slaves, Native Americans was slaves, Europeans was. We've had all type of slaves. But when I said slave owner, y'all instantly went to black. So to me,
No, I instantly went to. I wouldn't have slaves. I would have employees.
but
I'm
when I
paying
said
you.
I would own slaves too, y'all.
You
both
said
looked-
slaves. You didn't say
Yeah.
employees. That's
Yeah,
a
I said
difference.
slaves. I
That's a
said I would
difference.
pay them. I would have slaves.
All right.
Y'all just
Let me
look
ask you this
down
question: when they say jails, they pay you 50 cents an hour. Whatever
That's
it may be.
slaves.
That's modern day slavery,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's the difference.
It's
I
the
wouldn't
same
have
thing.
slaves. I would pay you.
It's the same thing, and even with jails, because I've seen an article and it'll be on the screen where they were
They're
paying.
slaves right now.
Listen, they were paying the slaves bad, but they said some of the slaves that was getting paid, I think it equaled out to like $2,000 a month. A nigga in jail ain't never gonna get paid.
I
Man,
doubt that.
shit, you have
Ain't
a
no-
fucking 2,000 a
but-
month.
yeah, but
Why?
see, but
Why would
they-
you even have a slave if you can be able to pay them up to
It'll
2,000
be on
a
the
month?
screen
Come on,
now.
man.
It'll be on the screen. If it was
makes
a month,
sense.
a year. What I'm saying is,
Yeah,
even if you say a year, a dude in jail don't make $2,000 a
Every
year.
slave didn't get paid. Though.
Nobody in jail today makes $2,000 in
I
a
don't
year
give a
just
fuck
working on
whatever
the
it
jail.
may be.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
Nobody in jail is
So-
going to work a job
I
and
need
not
to
get paid.
You need to show me somebody that made $20 a week or even $2,000 a month.
Nah, they
back
was
then.
making.
I
They
need
was,
to show.
They
so
were
somebody
making
show me a
sense
receipt.
back then.
Okay, but
they
Is
they
that
were
all right?
making
but
Sense
that's
sense
my
back
point.
then.
If you work in jail and you work a job, you're going to get paid.
Right.
That makes you, even though it's modern day slavery, but
That's
you're still
what I'm
getting paid. Every slave didn't get
You
paid.
keep saying every slave.
Because
I'm
they
talking
didn't.
about the ones that did get paid.
But
the
how can you
ones that-
only talk about ones that didn't get paid, and leave out the ones who didn't get paid?
Because I'm saying
can't do
I
that.
would have had slaves as well, and I would have paid them. Because y'all are trying to make it look like, nah, if you would have paid them top dollar, they would have killed you. I don't think that's
no,
the
if you had
case.
paid them top dollar, they wouldn't be fucking slaves. It would be
I
employees.
think
That's
the whole
the difference.
situation you would have got killed. To be honest, that's just me.
Well,
I mean,
why
that's
wasn't
my-
black slave owners getting killed back then?
Because they probably worked
Why
directly
wasn't the
for
why
white
wasn't the
slave
slave
It was
owners
called
that
they was
was
called house
why
niggas.
wasn't the slave owners that was paying they slaves? Why wasn't
All
they
right,
killed?
well,
'Cause
let
they
me
were
ask you
white.
people, I would love somebody
man.
if anybody can drop a black plantation down. Let me know of a black plantation owned
that
plantation
paid
that
What do you
put
mean?
that.
So you're saying it was no
No,
black
we're
slaves?
No,
talking
slave
about
owner.
that paid
that
black
paid that,
slaves.
yeah, no. I know that black people lived on there. There was black house niggas that might have got paid. I don't know.
We're not talking about what
I
I'm
know
saying
you.
is y'all saying there was no black people that owned slaves.
No, we didn't say that.
I'm
we
asking
said
you.
that paid. Do you know there was a Black Wall Street before there was a Black Wall Street in North Carolina? And you know what happened to that? The same fucking thing. When they see black people thriving,
Bro,
burn that shit down.
I just think y'all have been brainwashed.
No,
y'all,
you tripping. Talking you would have had slaves.
What do you
get
mean?
to the whole
Because
dynamics
y'all
of
hear
everything up.
y'all hear slaves, and y'all automatically, just like with slaves, y'all people will say the white man this, the white man. When slavery was over, Native Americans still owned slaves for years. For years, nobody knocks them. Nobody makes it.
Listen,
but
what
I'm saying is
no color.
brainwashed.
I'm not enslaving anybody.
Egyptians had slaves.
I'm just saying,
I know
Native, everybody had
slaves.
slaves. Europeans had slaves. Everybody
but
had
at that
slaves.
time, when white folks were kind of like, America. No, you were not doing that. That's just my.
So let me ask you this though, right before we go to the next topic, right? Because I've read articles that I found interesting, because we talk about people getting taken from Africa, but what about them villages over there where they had tribe leaders and everything? You telling me they didn't have slaves over Africa?
I said yes.
The tribes.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes.
Okay then.
And I believe that there were black people here way before Columbus got here. And when
you
you talk about the Native Americans, you actually talk about blacks.
I'm saying I'm not having slaves. If I got people
okay,
working
I
for me,
respect what you're saying.
So
what I'm saying is, if tomato, what I'm saying is, Vito.
Nah, that's not tomato.
Let me
ask the same thing.
Let me ask you this, right? You got slaves and Bob Joe got slaves down the street. He paying them 10 cents a day. You paying them 10 cents a day. Both employees, right? What's the difference?
The difference is
them
if we're both paying them the same thing, either the slaves or the employees, they both can't be the same thing. A slave and an employee is not the same thing.
If you're paying them, don't that make...
No, a slave is somebody who's working is not getting fucking paid. If you're getting paid, I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
So what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying is, the guys that, what you're saying is, the guys that owned slaves back then and were paying them, those guys weren't slaves, they were employees?
Yeah.
Okay, and how you feel about that,
What makes
John?
you a fucking slave, not getting paid?
I would have to see receipts and paperwork on that, because I just don't believe it. That's just my personal opinion.
What don't you believe?
I mean,
that people were getting paid?
No, but us being able to thrive and have just the idea of us having slaves back then during those times, like absolutely not. Not one. No, I don't see it at all in the South at all. And then, like, you damn sure ain't getting away with
you
that
don't
shit
see it, or you don't want to see it.
No,
it's
a difference. Not that I don't want to see it. I see.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't turn the other cheek. I don't mind. Seeing
All right, listen. I just looked up the definition of slave. It says a person who is legal property of another and is forced to obey them.
Right.
So that's the difference. If I own you, I don't have to fucking pay you. If I pay you, I don't fucking own you. Just come to me and you work and I pay you. I don't fucking
if you live on my property,
that don't mean
I
own
paid
you.
for you. I'm giving you
that
a
makes
little
you
bit of money.
slave. I'm not going out and paying for nobody.
Wow.
Like, yo, you want to come work this job? Work the fit? Yeah. I'm not going out and paying for nobody. That means you own. That's your property.
The only way you was getting slaves back then is if you was going to the auctions.
That's you.
Bro.
I'm not going to get slaves.
Oh yeah. Who you?
Overseer?
Oh yeah. Vito would have been different. He would have been all in the history. But what's your thoughts, people? I was out one night with the fellas. My man said that if he had money back in the slave days, if he had acres of land, he would have been a slave owner too. Disclaimer, he said he would have paid them well and all of that. Keep it to see know how you feel about it. Conspiracy Corner. We got anything for Conspiracy Corner?
You got something, Vito?
No, I don't got that.
I got one thing for Conspiracy Corner. My thing is, so-called woke people, to the left of me, especially to the left of me. Why do we are we so woke that we felt for the movie? And what I'm saying is, the movie is really times change, things change, right? But you go to your foundation of principles. So let me ask you this: back then when we played basketball, if he was the biggest guy on the court and he shot nothing but jumpers, he didn't play down low, what did we call him?
So?
What did we call him?
Well, you soft, all right.
Okay, today we say, oh no, the game is expanded. That's just the game, right? Dennis Rodman back in the day. He was wearing net shirts. He was wearing all the freaky, kinky stuff that you see Russell Westbrook and all them wearing today. Back then, we said that was weird. He's soft. Today, we say, oh, that's just the new times.
We don't.
No, not everybody, but I'm saying most people, right? Even when you go down South Street, we used to say the people with all the piercings, all this, that, they're weird. The guys that got fanny packs and all that today is part of society. So have we fallen for the movie and not even know that we fell for the movie? And the movie is making the man more feminine and all that, because I've heard John say that. So have we fallen for the movie without even knowing? Because we blame everything on times have changed. What's your thoughts? Keep it a C-note.
Nah, I don't blame. You can't blame it on time change. You blame it on people
When
just wanting to do what they want to do.
When we say big men shoot jumpers today, what you say? Times change, the game evolved, right?
No, I've been saying this for years. Your size does not determine your position. That's because I'm 7 foot. Doesn't mean I gotta play down low.
Okay. What's your thoughts, John?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit. It's a little bit of both. I think some people fell for the movie, and then a lot of it, I think, was preconditioned. I
think most of it. My thing is this: if you have core foundations, you don't say things change because of this.
But if you got TV.
Time out. We had TV back then. If you thought
Dennis, TV is more on TV now.
What I'm saying is
a lot more.
Dennis Rodman played with Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. If your moral principles when you first seen Dennis Rodman wearing a dress and all that was he's weird, he's this and that, how does it change?
And I think Kid Cudi still is fucking weird for wearing it.
No, not you. I'm saying the people in general. How does it change?
And that's the imagery, like I said, that they're feeding these people out there. They're people.
When we came up, if you wore shorts and you were a guy, they gotta come to your knees. If they did, they was coochie cutters.
No, not in the 80s.
I said our era.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about no other era. Our era. Our era. You came up. If they didn't come to your knees, they was coochie cutters, Daisy Dukes. You couldn't wear them. Nowadays, that's all you see.
But history repeats itself because in the 80s they wore those. Now they're wearing them again.
It's the nail polish. It's the dresses. It's the real feminine stuff.
Time out, because again I say. We were closer to South Street. Mm-hmm. So we seen that stuff in the 90s. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, this is shock culture to a lot. John, you and I seen all this stuff in the trans and all that. We seen that on South Street because we went to school right there. So we called it weird back then. Because some of us, we still call it weird but other people have, even the woke people, they've adapted to it. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's what I was gonna get. What woke people?
woke, the so-called
adapted
woke
to what though? Adapted to what?
They'll say that everything is, times change. This is different.
But that sounds more like a liberal. These liberals have changed.
But when you say the
history
game
repeats itself, because
when you hear the game evolve. That's an excuse.
But that's only half-assed, because think about it. History repeats itself. In the 80s, what did the NBA players wear? Shorts. 90s, 2000, they wore the big-ass shorts. Now, they're wearing shorts again.
Right,
and it was still manly
but let me ask you that. Even with the basketball and all that, right? When we talk about good teams, and because our era, we criticize Stockton and them. AI and them was like Weber and the Fab Five when they came out with the baggy shorts. They were like our heroes because we had all. But what I'm saying, our original, because we may still have the same core beliefs, everybody at this table, but it's people our age, that's from our era, that says, nah, times have changed. So they've actually, gone with the movie. To me. That's what I'm saying. I was asking, do you agree with that? Because people like I said, basketball, they'll say times has changed. People are more talented, but
I don't agree with that either.
With basketball, the strategy has always been put the ball in the basket, get the easiest shot possible. right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say the game has evolved, yes, the game has evolved. People are more skilled, but the principle, the foundation, get the easiest shot possible, that's still the same.
No, it's not the same.
It is.
It's not the same. Let me tell you how it's not the same. Because people are trying to replicate what Golden State is doing by playing small ball.
I'm not even saying. I'm just not even pointing. But even
but,
with Steph
this
Curry,
is the point I'm making. They're not trying to get the easiest basket possible because they're taking,
not Steph Curry neither.
Hold on, they're taking the big man out of the game. The highest percentage shot is the closest to the basket, which
Right.
usually is the big man. So if
Right.
I go small ball to try to keep up with you instead of you go small ball, I'm gonna go big man, and even though I can't run a gun, nobody can run a gun with Golden State. I'm gonna get the big man and punish y'all down low on the other end. That's how you beat that.
Let me ask y'all this, right? I'm gonna ask y'all no cap or call him Oouuber.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people are emulating Steph Curry with shooting from this range, that
Absolutely.
range, right? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
So if I say the reason why Steph Curry started shooting from this range and that range and working on his shot is because he couldn't get to the basket.
No.
Would that be no cap or call him
Let's
Oouuber?
call you Uber because being as though he can shoot, he can get to the basket.
I said when he first started.
He could always get to
When
the basket.
no. Not when we watched him.
No, he could always get to the basket.
Pause. Steph Curry was a small kid growing up. Pause.
Steph Curry could
So I'm
always
saying
get to
I'm
the
not talking about Davison because he didn't have a scholarship or none of
Talking about
that.
Davidson.
Okay.
Listen, I see
What I'm
something.
saying is, but originally to get his range and all of that,
Mhm.
what I'm saying is the reason why he got his range like that, another guy,
Couldn't make it
Trey
to the
Young, is because they're too small to get to the basket. No
'cause
cat
Steph
call him
Curry
Oouuber.
ain't that fucking small. It's guys that's smaller than him.
When
Isaiah
I'm
Thomas
saying
got
when
to the
they
basket.
first
He's
came
smaller
in,
than
though.
him.
I say that's no cap because I think he had to find an advantage.
Isaiah
After
Thomas
this
is smaller than him was getting to the basket with ease. Allen
you
Iverson
know
is smaller than him.
Isaiah.
But you know what? I seen Iman Shumpert say something and it made sense. He said whoever wins the chip and is like consistently winning chip in his dynasty, that's how the game evolves to that style of play. Think about it. When Mike Jordan was winning chips, everybody wanted to be like Mike.
Right.
When Magic and them was winning chips, everybody wanted to be like. Now
Right.
Steph and them winning the chips, it evolves to the style of play that Steph and them do.
Who
'Cause
said
of-
that?
Iman Shumpert.
Shout out to I got to take a drink. Shout out to my shopper.
Do you think
Yo,
that's
I
in a good
mess with
direction?
mine
though?
too.
No, I'm not saying, but that makes sense.
But do you think?
Yeah, I
That's-
believe that. I that do.
Because that's
make
what you
sense.
see.
Yeah, I do.
But do you see basketball in a good direction right now? Because
Yeah,
of Steph
basketball-
Curry?
Yeah,
Ball's at an all-time high.
it's in a good direction because at the end of the day, we can have kids right now, and it's a greater chance that in 20 years our kids is going to be in the NBA,
And
From
it might
when-
revert back to the big man.
from when we came in the league. Like that was
You think the
almost.
dunk contest will be around in 10 years?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
it'll
to they got
always
to
be
they got to bring in the guys who are not in the NBA and start letting them compete with the NBA guys.
Or just like these guys that can do these crazy dunks need to collaborate with these
Yeah,
NBA
something.
players and give
Listen,
them the okay to
Me
do
personally,
their dunk.
if I'm an
Look,
NBA coach, I'm
Vito,
posting
you
the
ain't
big man.
fuck up Vito,
Yes,
coach.
I
You ain't got
did.
nothing in your cup. Listen,
That's
shout out
because I
LeBron.
drink it.
Shout out LeBron James, right? I want to give a toast to LeBron James. He just got a new contract, 2 more
nice.
years.
James
You know
messed
what I
up.
mean? He's
doing
getting
damn
that
near
money.
100 mil.
He will break the record this year. Break topping Kareem. Pause. That sounded funny, but
Topic,
you know, what's your thoughts on the new contract?
I love it.
I love it too.
Get that money.
I love it too. Your thoughts?
As long as
I'm
you
with it.
can play, even if you can't play, if you can sit on somebody's bench for 10 years, get that fucking money.
Get the
Ain't no
fucking
doubt.
money. I'm
Ain't no
not
doubt.
even a Brown fan, but
Like, look at Spreewell. He's salty as shit right now.
Right. All right, now Skip Bayless.
Mhm.
I always rock with Skip Bayless because when he criticized LeBron, it's just them. But Bronny,
yeah,
LeBron's son had a poster and he criticized him. What's your thoughts on that?
He out of pocket.
That was childish.
And
That was petty.
LeBron has done the same dunk before in his career.
Right.
Now, how can you criticize that?
I mean, to
he banked on that
criticize
nigga.
a
It
child.
was damn near impossible to bang. The speed he was going,
Right.
and the angle. Come on,
This
man.
this kid's still
With-
in high school.
You should be giving him
He's still in
props
high
for
school,
that.
and you giving him like these reviews because like your hatred for his pop. I
You
just
should be
think
giving
that
him
was
props instead of hate for that.
Yeah, that's
Skip,
that's
you
hate.
definitely out of pocket. He is a kid. A poster is a poster, especially when you in that age. Listen, Skip Bayless, if I had Instagram and I was Bronny and I would have dunked on somebody, I would have been at your neck.
Listen, not to mention, like I was saying, that dunk is harder than the average dunk because he's going full speed and it's against the
I
grain.
think
Right.
it actually backfired more than anything for that message of him getting that out. Everybody got to see the type of scum he fucking is.
Nah. It didn't backfire because at the end of the day, with all publicity is
good
good
publicity.
publicity.
He got what he wanted
So
out of it.
He
But-
got what he wanted out
But
of it.
it's still a bad look. You
Yeah,
doing
it's
that
still
to
a bad
kid.
look. Listen, no cap, call him a Uber. Real quick. This season, LeBron James will not only pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in most points scored, but he will play in the NBA Finals. Is that no cap or call him a Uber?
That's half and half. He will pass Green, but he ain't playing in the finals.
Okay.
I agree with the same thing.
Shout out to that. Toast to that. I agree. Half and half.
He gonna
will-
get those points.
He definitely
Yeah.
going to pass him. Bar an injury early, he's going to pass him. But, yeah, he ain't going to the finals. Next one. No cap or call him a Uber. Luka Doncic will lead the league in scoring this year. Is that no cap or call him a Uber?
I put him in the top 3.
Will he
I'ma go
lead
no
the
cap this year.
league
He ain't
in
gonna lead.
scoring?
I'm gonna go this year. He gonna lead
No
the league.
cap?
No
What
cap.
you got,
I'ma
Vito?
go, yeah.
Vito, no cap? You call him a Uber, John?
I'm a Uber.
I also
Lead.
got no cap, Vito. I agree with you. I
gonna
think
lead.
Luka
Think so.
will lead the
He
league
about to
in
get some
scoring
help.
this year.
No.
No cap or call him or Uber. This is the season Joel Embiid finally wins MVP. Is that no cap? Call him a Uber.
I want him to win, but I'm gonna say call him an Uber because they keep doing him dirty,
Yep.
man. No way to
Call
win
him
the
an
world.
Uber.
Joker should have won that shit last year.
Much as I want to see him win one too. Nope.
I say call him a Uber too. He don't play in the post enough for me.
Yeah, he stops himself, man.
Like I said, we got one preseason game left. No cap. Call him a Uber. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan. He will win less games than Carson Wentz won last year with the Colts, which is 9. Is that no cap or call him a Uber?
I'm gonna say call him an Uber because I think Matt Ice knows how to win games, and he's with a better team. He's also in a better division, I think. So, but I still think he can win more. You say Carson Wentz won 9?
9.
I'm gonna say he's gonna win more than 9.
Okay, what's your thought?
No, he ain't gonna win more than 9. Call him a Uber. As much as I like Matty Ice, I don't know. I know that. The
So
Colts,
that's
they
no
got,
cap.
But strength of
Matt-
schedule does have some
Right,
have part to
right.
play in it too,
Huh?
though. Strength of schedule.
For the record,
Yeah.
that's no cap because you don't think he's gonna win more games than Carson Wentz.
I don't think he's gonna win more than 9 games this season.
Hold
Nah.
on.
Shout-
Speaking of that, let me go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Shout out to John.
He
Let's
ain't gonna
toast to
win
that.
9 games.
Listen. I don't.
He with Indianapolis, right?
Yes, he's
Yeah,
with
they
the
go
I
win.
know
Colts.
he
They
got
gonna win 9
Jonathan
games.
Taylor.
Listen
but
to what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
see-
Listen to what I'm saying. If you got a future in with the Colts, I'm gonna keep the C-note with you and tell you right now, cash out.
I think they
Cash
can.
out.
But listen, speaking of that, since I said strength of schedule, now this panel right here, we all have a bet that whatever team wins the most games, the other losers have to wear the team's jersey,
Right,
T-shirt,
right.
whatever. But I just seen strength of schedule, and I feel like John, you gotta lay us something because y'all on the bottom. Y'all have the sweetest schedule,
Yo.
and us two have the hardest schedule.
Yeah.
So that makes a
No,
difference,
no.
man.
There was no disclaimer,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
fine
yeah.
We disclaimer right
print.
now.
No.
It is.
When-
I'm
no,
not.
no,
For
when we
the record,
did that-
I'm not with the disclaimer. You
Come
got
on.
that, John.
Yeah,
You
like
got that.
it was just straight up.
All right, straight bet.
Straight up.
Listen.
If y'all teams get more wins than the Eagles, I'll come in here with some Rams and some Niners gear.
No cap or call him a Uber. Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers will not make the playoffs this year. Is that no cap or call them Oouuber?
Hold on, who's in their division? Nah, I got them calling because their division ain't tough.
Okay, what's your
I got them making the playoffs.
They can win enough games just winning the division gets you in the playoffs.
No cap. I think this year will be the year we see the downslide in Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm predicting it right now. I don't think Tampa Bay makes the playoffs.
Who's in the division?
Saints. The Saints, which they can beat.
They can beat them. They can beat them.
No, they haven't beat the Saints since Tom Brady been over. I don't want to go past the Saints.
Carolina.
Yeah, but I don't want to go past the Saints.
All that. Saints, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and who else? And the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, they gonna make the playoffs.
Nah, I would say no cap. I don't, like I said, I don't got Tampa making the playoffs.
Jameis Winston is their quarterback. They gonna make the playoffs. They gonna beat all them teams.
Okay. Next one. No cap. Call them Oouuber. This year, Matthew Stafford has a career year, meaning touchdowns, throwing yard, and he wins the MVP. Is that no cap? Call him Oouuber.
Call him Oouuber. He had his best season this year that just passed.
Okay,
I call it half and half though, because he got a nice addition. He's real on point with Aaron Robinson.
Talking to the mic, John, because we got to get this on record.
Yeah, he got a good rapport with Allen Robinson, even though they don't have whatchamacallit.
Allen Robinson is a possession receiver.
And he's a lot bigger. He covers a lot more range than me than Odell.
Okay.
No, not Cooper. Odell is a big play receiver. Allen Robinson,
but Odell not on our team yet right now, so we're not talking
That's
about
what I'm saying.
that.
I think he takes a step back because it's going to be hard to duplicate what he just did.
Okay, listen. Me personally, I say no cap. I say this year Matthew Stafford either tops his career high in touchdowns or yards, and I throw a bonus in where I say this year will be Allen Robinson's best year ever.
That's possible, but
ever in the NFL.
This is one of Matthew Stafford's best seasons. Did he even make the Pro Bowl this year?
No, but what I'm saying, forget the Pro Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
That don't matter. What I'm saying
my point is he did great this season, and he wasn't even a Pro Bowl.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no cap the bull. I'm for sure that this will be a record-breaking year, barring injury. Now, whether he wins MVP or not, that may be more debatable. I'm going to still say yeah, but you know.
Record break. Remember, he threw over 5,000 yards before.
Let me ask you a question, though, Vito. Would Megatron have the same outcome with a different quarterback than he did than his time with Matthew Stafford?
Give an example.
I'm gonna give you an example because I can't say that because Matthew Stafford got one of the strongest arms in the league, and I've been saying for years, Megatron's best route is the fly route.
Become who he is.
Yeah, they helped each other. Megatron's best route is the fly route, like going straight out because he's bigger and stronger than everybody. Like even though he did a little bit of other shit, but he didn't do a lot of that other shit. He beating you downfield because he's bigger.
So with that team, could there be any other quarterback that you could have been in that situation?
Any quarterback who would get that shit downfield. Dante Culpepper could have been the same thing, like how he was with Randy Moss.
But would it have been a different situation? Would they have got further than it would have been with?
You can't say that. That's a team aspect. You can't just say just two players will get him that further as far as players.
No, I'm just saying one quarterback. If you swapped out Matthew Stafford for whoever the top quarterback was, do you think
for that Detroit team?
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers.
You think that would have changed things?
Yes. Smarter quarterbacks.
I don't know, because he was putting up stats back.
We talk about time out. I'm glad you said that, right?
Stats, yeah.
Time out. I'm glad you said that, because to the conspiracy guys to the left of me, Professor and Hollywood this week, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys, but. When we talking about movies, that's the same movie that's been ran over and over and over again with Matthew Stafford. But at the end of the day, like I say, you can, off top, pause, you can't name nobody but Megatron that he played with. And everybody forgets.
Roy Williams.
Huh?
Roy Williams. Burleson. I can name
Oh,
some receivers.
Nice. No, I'm.
That's
No,
foggy for me. Don't
listen.
even
Listen.
admit.
Shout out to Hollywood because he didn't let me finish. What I'm
Okay.
talking about, guys that you consider nice. Don't say Burleson.
No, they
if
wasn't
you don't.
nice.
What I'm saying is name some guys.
That he only played with one that was a ball.
He played with two.
Who's the other one?
Endemic and Sue. Everybody forget
No,
about it.
you was naming
I thought
receivers.
receivers.
Nigga.
That's
No. I just said people in general that his players, his best players is Megatron and Dominic and Sue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. That's where the buck stopped. Like you,
What's your point though?
huh?
What's your point?
That you're not gonna. Dominic and Sue is somewhat elite to you, right?
No.
Back then he was.
When he first came in the league, he was.
When he was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
okay.
about.
Yeah.
So, how many guys in Detroit that was elite has Matthew Stafford played with?
Not many.
Okay, and
How many guys was elite that played with Eli
time
Manning?
out. But the second part of that,
Exactly.
history repeats itself, right? Because I know y'all seen where Devontae say that he really went to Vegas because he didn't know what Aaron Rodgers was gonna do, right? Aaron Rodgers is running the same movie that Brett Favre was running in Green Bay every year. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. I don't know if I'm gonna come. Right? You don't agree? Do you agree?
He did.
But speaking of Brett Favre, because we give Aaron Rodgers, we say Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl. But when you really look at that Super Bowl and you look at Aaron Rodgers, the way y'all saying about Matthew Stafford, he was on this team with a loaded. Aaron Rodgers came to a team that was supposed to be Brett Favre team that was a loaded team.
Who was on that team?
Donald, wasn't it Donald Driver and all?
Hold on. First and foremost, Donald Driver was damn near 40 years old.
Donald Driver was the man.
Jennings was the man with Aaron Rodgers, and Jennings is just a possession receiver. None of them got Aaron Rodgers makes guys look good.
So Aaron Donald wasn't the man in the league?
Aaron Donald.
I mean, Aaron
Donald Driver?
Donald Driver.
He was never a top receiver.
He never
He
was?
just was a good receiver.
What you think, John?
I think he was up
He was
there.
a good receiver.
Yeah, he was a top. He was up
He
there.
was never a top receiver. Come on, man. You're talking about possession. So Donald Driver and Jennings was possession receivers. They're not top receivers. Aaron Rodgers make guys look good. Look at Jordy Nelson. At his time, when he was at his prime, he was a top 5 receiver. That's because of Aaron Rodgers. When he left,
So
let
me ask you this before we go to the last topic. Would Jordy Nelson been a top 5? And I'm pretty sure Jordy Nelson played with Brett Favre. And if he didn't, would Jordy Nelson been a top 5 receiver with Brett Favre still?
It's possible, yeah.
Okay.
But the Brett Favre is the ball. There's a difference.
Right, so
he wouldn't have
what
been a top
what
5
I'm
receiver
saying,
with
but-
any quarterback.
He scored 6 seasons with over 1,000 yards in a row. Driver.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Nigga, that don't mean he was
Listen,
a top
the call
5
him-
receiver.
the
in
call
his
him
time.
a Oouuber
Look at
thinks
the
he
look
got
who
some-
else. Hold on.
Seven
Look who,
seasons.
look who else was the top receivers in his era. You just look at his stats.
Okay, we got to look that up.
What's his time?
Listen,
when he came to the league.
Listen, we'll take a moment of silence because some of the top 5 receivers stats while Donald Driver was in the league will be on the screen. And last but not least, before listen, Hollywood, before we get out of here,
Other bulls in his time.
Bob Arum, right? Shout out Bob Arum. I'm shouting him out. Y'all can shout him out too. He said if Vasily Lomachenko, he fights Jermaine Ortiz in October. He said if Vasily Lomachenko wins his fight, Devin Haney beats Kambosos, we got a mega fight in 2023. Keep it a C note. If you're a boxing fan, I'm hyped right now. How you feel about it? Keep it a C note.
I feel like they shouldn't have to fight them guys. They should be fighting right now. Why they gotta fight somebody else?
Kambosos was Claus. He was the champion. He was the champion.
Man, how many people duck the champion to go fight whoever they want?
Vito, if you was the champion and I knocked you out or I beat you, pause, you want your rematch.
No, my point is, how many people are the number one contender?
You want your rematch?
Oh, listen, of course.
Okay,
but my thing is, how many number one contenders deserve the fight, but they get skipped over because it's a bigger money fight? Fuck that. I want to see who I want to see. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see them two boys fight. Lomachenko, Devin Haney.
You want to see that?
Yeah,
From
but
the
I
gun
don't
butt.
want to wait because look,
Okay, but
they're fighting
at
any-
least we gonna get it.
But my point is, in the fighting game, you could lose at any time. So
Yeah.
what if they lose that fight?
Take care
That
of
fight
business.
might not happen.
Then that mean it wasn't supposed to happen.
Nah, it's supposed
that
to
mean
happen.
them boys ain't that good. What's your
Nah,
thoughts, John?
anybody you can lose one punch.
We toasting, John.
Yeah, I would
I
love
love
to
this.
see that fight.
Shout
Yes,
out to
but
Bob
do you
Aaron.
want to see the fight before that?
Yes,
and then have
I
to
want
wait?
to see it
of
before.
course, but at the same time, I know how those rematches are gonna go. He's gonna boom, bang, boom, and both.
Listen, Devin Haney got Cambosis and already. That had to been the rematch because it's in the contract. So what I'm saying
I can understand
is,
the contract. The
okay,
rematch
so
clause.
that's why we can't get
But my point
Lomachenko
is,
right now. We want it right now.
We want it right now.
But we can't get it right
See,
now.
I understand the frustration where some of this is coming from, and I think a lot of this stems from ducking and dodging Tank. Now, I think Tank, he's up there. I do think that you should be able to call your fights, but at the same time, it just seems.
Hold on, you said ducking and dodging. Are you
He
saying
said-
they're ducking and dodging?
Yes. They're ducking and dodging. He
Tank
believes they're ducking and
I
dodging
think
Tank.
Tank is doing more ducking and
Yeah,
dodging.
no,
than
that's
Why?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Tank is
Oh,
ducking and
duck.
dodging.
Okay.
He's ducking and dodging these fights. He's picking and choosing these
Right.
these
No,
Hold on,
not
fights.
him. It might be
Disclaimer.
Floyd.
Whatever, whoever it is, I don't have a problem with Tank
I have
ducking
a
and dodging.
problem.
No, my
I
only
have a
thing is,
problem.
I want to see the best fighters fight each other.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a business, so you're gonna duck and dodge as long as you can to keep the belt. As
Because
long
this
as
was
you
going to
can.
get on my say with your chest. With this corresponds with Mike Tyson.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
If it's a say it with your shot. My thoughts on it. Devin Haney, this is a message to you. Your future right now is in your hands. You're undefeated.
Got all the belts.
You got all the belts. You can beat Cambosis, pause.
Mm-hmm.
You can beat Lomachenko, pause. You can let Tank and all them guys that's ducking, let them fight each other and beat each other, pause. And then you take the winner out of all of them and you go ahead and continue to prosper. Devin Haney, I'm behind you, pause. Again. But handle your business.
All right.
Say it with your
Hold
chest.
on, do you think Haney could beat Tank?
Yes.
I do too.
Yes, I believe.
Because he got the best jab.
Me
in
and
the game.
John went back and forth.
If he's going to try to load up for that big power punch here, he's going to lose to
Who?
Devin Haney.
Yeah, because Haney got the best jab in the game.
Listen, listen. To me, it's like I can see the script. Like Floyd Mayweather may be arguably the greatest boxer ever, right?
No, the best record, not the greatest boxer.
I said arguably. I didn't say he was. I just
right.
said arguably.
Right.
What I'm saying is Floyd sees what we don't see. So if Floyd ain't putting this up, to me, in my opinion, I can only say that Floyd is trying to preserve his guy.
Absolutely.
Okay. And with saying that, can I
Say it with your chest.
Okay.
Because we on that.
And because of that, and I think
Shout out to that. Shout out to Hollywood Vibe. That was his exit. His outro. He played it too early.
But you peep the game that Floyd Mayweather's doing with Tank, and he's picking in these fighters, or I don't know. I'm not gonna say that these are top fighters. We could all say they're not top fighters, but they're all right. They're all right to give a good show for. But I think that's the same show. Me personally, I think we were sold the movie on Mike Tyson. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What's the movie?
And
the
for
movie,
anybody out there, I want y'all to name 5 people that Mike Tyson knocked out right now.
Everybody. He fought.
No,
Name 5 people that
I
he
don't know.
knocked.
That shit was so
Exactly.
long. Hold on.
But wait.
Hold on. That was so long ago. You can't name 5
see-
hold on. You can't name 5 fighters that a nigga knocked out in this era because that shit is out of sight, out of mind. So,
But you can
Nah,
you
nah.
know
We gonna go through the list.
Who your favorite fighter right now?
Vito, we gonna
Hold on.
listen. Vito,
Tank?
we gonna go
Name
through
5 people
I
Tank
can't
knocked out.
remember the Mexican
Exactly.
names.
Tank ain't fought nobody.
Name 5 people Floyd knocked
but
So
can
he
you?
ain't fought nobody.
But let me ask you a question. So those fighters that he was fighting and knocking out, the ones he was knocking out.
Forget who he knocked out. Name 5 people that Mike Tyson fought. Vito.
Holyfield.
And that was at the end where he did
I'm
knock
talking
out.
about in his prime.
Quick Tillis.
In his prime.
In his
prime.
Quick Tillis was in his prime. But
No, when Mike was in his prime.
Tillis was in his
Name
prime.
5 dudes Mike
I
fought.
don't remember because it was in that fucking 80s,
I don't think
dog.
Mike fought nobody.
I can't name 5 niggas that Mike fought today.
Shout out to my OG Rocky Road because he brought this to hard
All right, hold on.
section.
I don't
Okay.
think he fought
Name
anybody.
who's the most popular fighter right now? Tank, right?
But he ain't fought
And he ain't asked
nobody.
me-
He
okay.
fighting
And that's
kids.
why I'm
Who
putting him
fighting
in
somebody? Okay, let me just talk about Devin Haney. Name 5 people Devin Haney fought.
But he fought some noteworthy
You
people.
can't.
I
That's
can't
my
name,
point.
I can't name anything.
Exactly
I can't name
my
no boxer.
point.
But when it comes to Mike Tyson, we all know everybody on those
We're
fighter
talking
cards.
about boxing fans.
You look at
though,
those fighter
Vito.
cards, like,
John
you
might
gonna look
not
at those
be all
things,
the
you're
way a
not-
boxing fan.
Whatever. Any boxing fan, it's
No,
it's
it's
very
boxing
know those
fan.
guys.
it's very rare
No.
if you don't follow this certain boxer that you can't name the last 5 fights they
I
had.
can't.
Listen,
I can't,
people.
bro.
I
I
know
can't,
you
right
can't.
now.
I can't give a hottest verse
Right,
to my
time
fan.
out.
Like J. Cole, you tell me to
Time
drop
out.
a verse right now, I can't.
People.
exactly
I can't, but you
Yeah.
drop the
Keep it
beat,
as-
I'll be like, oh, that yeah, and let's go along with
Keep
it.
it a C note with us, people. If you're a fan of Tank, without looking on Google or any of that, can you name 5
Nobody
people
can.
Tank fought? And if you're an OG, if you're a fan of Mike Tyson, like Hollywood Vaughn is right here, right? Can you name 5 people that Mike fought when he was in his prime?
Is there
Keep it a
any
C
fighter
roll with
that
it.
you can name 5 people that somebody fought?
All right, so all right, look, if I start naming some names, would you recognize them?
No, I already know.
Okay,
I looked at
okay.
this list. That's
Okay.
my point I'm
All right,
making.
but no, because if you tell me I
That's
don't
the
know
point
my
I'm
favorite
making.
boxers past fighters, I don't know them off
Mike
name. But if you
Vassell
show
Jones.
them, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's whatchamacall. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Mike
whatchamacall.
Vassell
Oh yeah,
Jones.
that's whatchamacall. That's how it would be because
This is the
I would
point
know.
I'm making. You can do that with any fighter.
No, you can't. People can't do that with Mike Tyson. Is what I'm saying. I can do that with my favorite.
You can't do that with Mike Tyson because you're too young to realize
All right, so
the
you
good
go
fighters in
ahead
the
to-
80s.
And we're gonna come back
Okay,
next
we're
week.
gonna- I'ma look.
We're gonna come back next
I got
week.
all the fights
My-
right here.
listen.
Is Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see.
You don't know it.
No, you don't know.
Yeah, look at us.
Oh, wait, I'll go to the beginning.
Holly-
all the
shout
way
out
at the
to
bottom.
Hollywood
That's his
Vibes.
end of his career.
I know
Listen,
Kevin McBride.
while you looking that up,
Lennox
I'm
Lewis.
my say it with my chest smoke.
Andrew Galata.
Okay, we all right. Andrew
Go ahead,
Goliath.
do your thing. I'm gonna do this.
No,
after
go
you.
ahead.
Oh, hold on. Kevin McBride, and this is towards the end. Lennox Lewis, Andrew Galata.
Lennox
In
Lewis
his
is
prime when he was
Evander
not
at
in
the
his
time
prime.
when
You
he
said
was knocking,
name 5
in his
when he
prime.
was
In his
knocking. I
prime.
mean, when he was flooring him.
Which one
It
is
When he
it?
was
under a
knocking
minute.
niggas out, when
That
he
made
was
him
in
his
prime.
name.
He wasn't. Lennox Lewis ain't that.
Oh no, but
Listen, my say it with your chest moment is a little bit different. Shout out to my guy that I had a conversation. He said that he didn't want to come on the show. He was like, you guys really know basketball and football. So my say it with your chest moment is like, I know it's be sometimes we get people to say, oh, Brown, Vito, John, they never played in the NBA or they didn't play.
I used to play in the
Time
NBA.
out. We never played
10-day
college
contract.
ball or we never played in the NFL. If you know sports, you know sports.
And I
That's-
could have played college ball.
That's just it. But if you know sports, you know the game. So when I say that, I mean like you really know the game. Like Steve Kerr and Vito may not agree, but Steve Kerr right now is one of the best coaches in the league. But he wasn't a top athlete or none of that. But if you know the game, you know the game. So I just want to do a shout out because this is my say it with your chest moment. John is the only guy that's an Eagles fan that has admitted multiple things that I've said. So I want to shout out Blake, my cousin John, Sear, a couple of Eagles fans because I'm not a football player. I never played in the NFL. I never played college football. I never played high school football. But what I did say was Carson Wentz would be a journeyman.
He was.
He's a journeyman. What I said is Carson Wentz would never have that same season that he had,
Never did.
and he didn't. What I said is Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid together would never win an NBA. Shout out Tone, too. They would never win a chip together, which was right. You see what I'm saying? What I said is Joel Embiid would never be that guy in the league until he dominates in the paint. So, John has admitted, like, yeah, you said a lot of these things. And I said Carson Wentz would be a journeyman. I did say that. So, Jared and all these guys, this is my say it with your chest moment. You guys come out like Brown, you did say that because you guys are the same guys that would say, oh, Brown is hating. Brown a hater. He hated on this person. My whole purpose of this show was when I get with my guys, we talk football, we talk basketball, we debate things. And in your debate, right? Because I don't care who you is. When you're debating with another person, if you call it hate or you call it facts, you're going to spit that to make your point across. So what I'm saying is, if you say, if I keep harping on LeBron can't shoot threes, LeBron can't shoot threes, when you're beefing over Kevin Durant and LeBron James, that's the first person off camera that any of you guys is going to, that's the first thing you're going to say. And you're going to harp on that. So no, we're not haters. We didn't play in college. We didn't play high school. But if you know the game, you know the game. So shout out to my guy that said that we really know that what we be talking about. But to the guys that say we be hating, no. Because if you were up here right now, you would throw whoever under the bus to make your point. Yep. And that's what happens in every debate. So that's my say it with your chest moment.
Let me build on that. It can't be hate when it's a debate because we're speaking on opinion. It's only hate when it's something is a fact and you're saying it's not. If it's the truth, it's just the truth. If you're saying it's not and it's the truth, then it's hate.
Right. And again, the whole point of this show is if I say Matthew Stafford is top 10, your whole thing is to show me why he's not top 10. That's what it is. So it's listen, people, we about to get out of here. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. If this your first time tuning in, shout out to you. Please, if you're on Spotify, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the sub button. Please share it with somebody. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
your boy John.
To the left of John, we got
the anchorman, Hollywood Vine, signing out.
Shout out to Hollywood. Please do not bring Hollywood Vine back.
Oh, he's gonna be a regular.
Shout out to that. As always, please tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it a C-No. We'll holler at y'all.
Support.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like.